up, guys? Open discussion back again. Today is July 18th, 2018.
There's no need for the year, but that's alright.
And we have a bunch of news to go through.
Yeah, alright.
First off, let's start
MLB
with...
first.
Yeah, let's start with MLB. Fine. So it was the All-Star week. Everyone's on a break, so there's no games. ESPYs are tonight. Let's not forget about that.
I don't watch those
yeah, I mean,
award shows
I don't know
anymore.
what it's
They have
really
highlights
on.
and stuff right now too, so I'll probably watch those.
Home Run Derby, All-Star game, great week.
I didn't see the Home Run Derby live, but the highlights were incredible.
Yeah,
to say the least.
So
it was cool.
Harper won. It was crazy.
In fantastic fashion though. It was nuts.
It was Baez, Hoskins, Schwarber, Harper, Freeman. Who else was in it? Harper, Freeman, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Schwarber and Harper were in the finals, and the whole controversy is like Harper wasn't letting the ball land, which is the rule. You have to let the ball land. Yeah. So everyone's freaking out like he cheated. But my thing is like he was down 9 home runs in the final minute. If he was like down 2 and popping them up, then I'd have a problem with it. But the fact that he hit 9 straight home runs is just absurd.
For the MLB's sake as well, if they want more views and they need something like this to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So put it that way.
And
if this didn't happen, then we'd be like, oh, Schwarber just won the home run derby.
Yeah,
it wouldn't be like, oh, Harper came back and won in
and the thing that was cool to me was Harper was down 18-9 with 41 seconds left. He rattled off 9 straight home runs. And he tied it, and then he had the bonus, and then he just
crushed it.
Crushed one and pimped it, and it was awesome because it was his home stadium to see him win. Obviously,
yeah. I mean, Nationals Park, every single fan,
yeah,
the entire
everyone was going
a Harper
crazy.
Jersey, so
it was awesome. It was just an awesome moment, and I don't care that he didn't let the ball in because I was like, they're over. It's already a home run. Why do you have to let the ball?
If you know, if you know the ball's going to clear the fence, I say you keep going.
And then people are complaining because it wasn't landing, but
I don't care about that.
He was down by 9, and he hit 9 straight.
For
so what's the point?
Don't say anything. Just keep it going. Good for Harper and the sport.
Yeah, I mean it was awesome. His dad pitched to him too. His dad's a man. Did you see him?
Dude,
his biceps are the size of my head.
You see his beard?
Yeah, dude, that's a man beard.
He dyes
That's a man beard.
That's crazy.
That's a man beard.
Either way,
he makes
sick.
Harper's beard look
childish.
Childish.
No, yeah, it's crazy.
That's a man beard right there.
I know.
And then last night was the All-Star game.
It was pretty fun to watch.
Scherzer started and Sale. And there were 10 total home runs.
Yeah, all-star record.
Yeah, it went to extras, which was cool. It was a cool event
for the second year in a row.
The MLB All-Star game could be so hit or miss because it's either 2-0 or it's just a blowout or just high scoring.
This year's was fun.
And this year's was awesome. There were 10 home runs, which is just awesome.
Absolutely crazy, but that's
Judge, Trout, Segura, Bregman, Springer, Votto, Contreras, Story, Yelich, and Jeanette all hit home runs. And, I mean, I think the best part was in the 10th when it was 6-6. Bregman hit a solo shot, and then next at bat, Springer hit a solo shot.
Yeah.
And, I thought that was really cool.
That basically clinched it. I don't know.
I thought it was cool because they're teammates.
Yeah.
So,
back to back.
That's just an awesome moment.
AL won for the 6th straight year.
Yeah.
When I hear that, I don't really think of anything concerning.
Well, now
baseball's
the thing now is that the All-Star game doesn't really matter.
No, I wish it did again, but
no. Well, this is the thing.
Now they're back to the NBA style where it's better record.
Yeah,
home field advantage.
Which I think is fair because if you look at 2015, the Cubs should have been playing Game 7 at home.
It works in the NBA.
Yeah,
and theoretically it should work here too. And
we were talking, me and my friends, and we said that the All-Star game shouldn't be. There should be something on the line, and we said that they should pick a stadium from the NL and AL and NL for next year, and then whoever wins is in that stadium.
I understand. Okay.
Yeah, wouldn't that be a cool idea?
It'd be a nice little mix.
Next year, it could be at the Angel Stadium or the Brewer Stadium.
Okay.
And now the AL one, so it's at the Angel Stadium.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
I enjoyed that.
Cool
actually.
Idea.
That's not bad. You want to get into Manny Machado?
I don't want to get into him first. I want to talk about Josh Hader. So Josh Hader was pitching, and a bunch of old tweets from 2011, 2012 started to arise while he was pitching.
I mean, you can like obviously we didn't know it was coming, but like
Yeah.
the fact that it came while he was pitching, like you could have
I
expected
mean, like,
that part of
that
it.
kind of sucks, but I mean,
What-
don't get me wrong.
We're not
like,
gonna say
like,
like
the
any
tweets
of the
are bad.
They're awful.
They're problematic. Like, there's a lot of issues within them.
You could find them,
but
on
at the
Google
same
and Twitter
time,
now.
like, everyone who's part of the Brewers or part of All-Star Game, they were talking about Josh Hader before that, and they just said he's just a great person.
Yeah,
he's
I
just
know,
a
it's
nice
terrible.
guy, and it's just horrible to see something like this happen from when he was like 16. But I mean, at
Yeah,
the
it's
same
just
time,
not-
like,
it's
it
not
is
fun to
his
see.
fault. I'm not gonna defend him and say like
What he said wasn't right.
yeah, like we're not gonna talk about.
it's not-
We're not gonna say what he said.
There's no
because,
excuse. Put
like,
it that way.
we don't want to say it, but
It just sucks to see it, to be honest.
Yeah, and,
you
like-
just don't want to see it.
like he's only 24 and he's an absolute machine. He's pitched like 45 innings. He
I
has
feel like it's
he
gonna
has
be, like,
100 strikeouts.
He's
It's
going to
just absurd.
sensitivity training now.
And like
I don't know if that's gonna do anything.
I don't
but
think.
I mean,
they obviously had to do something, but at the same time, I don't think
well,
he's
yeah,
the
they
type of.
had to do
I
something.
don't think
but,
he's
like,
the type of person he was 8 years ago.
I mean,
you
yeah,
know, like-
we don't know him, but hopefully, I mean, like maybe he changed. Hopefully, he does change.
No, I mean, I assumed he changed.
I mean, we
because-
haven't heard any stories like anytime recent about like anything similar to the things that he said.
Yeah, exactly,
So it's,
like,
it's clearly not a problem.
Yeah, he's just. It's just
he just shouldn't have
something
said what
he did in his past that he won't like. Like it
Even if
won't
he
let
thinks that
go.
he shouldn't have
so,
said it, yeah.
I mean,
alright.
the thing is, like now he's just a great guy. Everyone talks about how great he is.
Yeah, I mean,
And he's always doing stuff. He's
good.
just so happy all the time. It's sad to see something like this, but at the
I think
same time,
it'll
like
blow by soon.
I don't
enough.
feel bad for him because
No,
it's
'cause
something
deserved
he
it 'cause he
did.
said it, yeah.
But at the same time, like who's the jerk off going through and like
Yeah,
finding
alright.
these from 2011?
Well,
like
There's people out there, you know.
yeah,
Like they'll go to like 20, like I don't even know, like 06
yeah, like
to find a tweet of yours that you said something like relatively bad,
yeah.
and they'll like show the entire world, and like it could alter his career. Honestly,
I mean, I don't think it will.
no, but like
I
theoretically,
think it's
it
just
could.
gonna blow by. No one's gonna really care. He's
Yeah,
just
it's just
gonna
one of those
do
things.
whatever he has to do, and he'll just get back to pitching.
He'll go to the sensitive, but like I don't think he's that bad of a guy anyway. So
I mean, he's a dope pitcher. So
yeah,
like,
all right.
and then
you wanna do-
another thing that happened in the All-Star game was
What are you talking about now?
Machado getting traded.
Yeah,
Literally during the All-Star game.
they said it because like he took a selfie with Matt Kemp.
Yeah, like I think they knew he got traded to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
They just weren't releasing it until after. And then you saw Matt Kemp hit a double, and then they just take a selfie. It's
I
like,
know.
all right,
I was
yeah.
like, all right, so something's up.
I mean, the trade I get for the Dodgers, it's definitely a good move. They're trying to make a push to win the World Series. They obviously lost in the World Series last year. And then you add a player of Machado's caliber.
As a Dodge, like they won the trade theoretically.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really
come
know
on,
how
the guy's already,
prospects are
what,
going to
like,
turn
he's already
out.
a four-time
I
All-Star.
mean, I don't
right?
blame the Orioles for making the trade. Obviously, they had to. They had to get
You
something.
had to change something up. You
Yeah.
weren't winning, and
They're
just
40
having him
games
on-
under
yeah,
500 at this point, which is just absurd.
That's crazy.
But the thing about the Machado trade is I don't think the Dodgers will keep him.
I mean, he has what, a year?
Yeah, this
16 mil, I
is
think.
this is his. They only have him for the rest of the season. Wow.
Yeah.
um, But they don't need him for their future because they have
see what
Seager
happens.
as their
Doesn't
shortstop,
hurt to
and
sign him
Seager's
for a
hurt
year.
now. He's out for the year.
Yeah.
So I think he's just gonna play there for the rest of the year and then just sign somewhere else.
Yeah. So the trade, you want to say it was just for? He says a Useneal
Yusniel,
Diaz package.
Diaz.
So
Yeah,
I'm not
so
too
it's
sure
probably-
like, what all the contents are.
It's probably the top prospect Diaz.
plus some other stuff. in
Who's
there.
I think he's a good prospect. He's what 22.
He's 22.
Could come up
He's
in the
batting
next year or two.
314
Yeah.
this year. He's
Um,
playing well in the minors.
Probably
so
a couple
they're gonna bring
other
him up.
low tier prospects.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't think it's
Not
bad. I thought it was a smart move for the Dodgers because, I mean, Machado's gonna help them.
It's a great
They
player.
definitely needed the bat, and they've been hot recently. Like everyone thought they weren't gonna make the postseason. Now they're just on fire.
Yeah.
Once they get fully healthy and everything, I mean, Matt Kemp's having a great year. I saw this thing. You want
Yeah.
to hear something crazy?
Sure.
Matt Kemp, the last 3 seasons, his combined WAR was 1.3.
That's awful.
Up until the All-Star break this year,
Yeah.
just this half season, it's 1.6.
Wow.
That's just
I mean,
an improvement.
so he's on fire.
Yeah, he's
put
having
it
a
that
great
way.
year. I mean, I don't know.
It's
I thought
pretty
the
low
All-Star
WAR.
game, the whole weekend was awesome. Thought everything about it was awesome.
It was one of the better ones. In the,
Yeah,
like, the
it's
last
just
couple of
always
years.
so cool to see all the players having a good time, just relaxed.
Yeah, because like
And-
instead of like, I guess, I mean, it might be better because like, you know how like NBA like they're always like laughing, like playing around.
Yeah.
I guess MLB's like making their way toward that. And,
Yeah,
like, you can see like
like,
once
the thing-
DeGrom gave up the home run, like he was smiling, he was
Yeah.
laughing. Like
Yeah, exactly.
I guess it should be
the
that
thing,
way.
The thing about baseball is you can't really like not try. You
Yeah,
know what
I know.
mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but
you
it's like
kinda
if
have
something
to-
like does
yeah.
go wrong,
You just don't
you're
really
like
care.
you brush it off.
Like in the
doesn't mean
NBA,
anything.
like they don't try in the All-Star game.
No, they just
There's
try to dunk
zero
as much
defense.
as they can.
They
Yeah.
just like throw shots up, but like you can't
the
do
score's,
that
like,
in baseball.
160,
Like
150,
you gotta go
so.
up swinging and trying to get a hit every at
Yeah,
bat. You
and
can't.
like you're trying to strike out the batter.
Yeah,
like,
you're not trying to
so,
make an error.
I know.
Like, I mean, it's definitely awesome. And then they were talking to Mike Trout and all the players while they were in the field, which I think is awesome. I love
like
when
the
they do
headset
that.
stuff and
Yeah,
they, like, talk to
I
them.
love when they do stuff like that.
Yep.
But just all around solid. For the weekend, I give them a 8.5 out of 10. It was just a solid week.
I say 9.
Yeah, 8.59. Yeah.
You want to get into the marketing for like the last part of MLB, or do you have something
Yeah,
else?
if you want to bring it up.
You want to bring it up like just quickly?
Yeah.
So I saw it this morning. As we know, Mike Trout's pretty spectacular.
Yeah.
He's the best player.
Yeah.
You could say.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what's his name? Max Kellerman or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Made a good point. He's like, more people in this country know Messi and Ronaldo
Yeah.
more than they know Mike Trout, and soccer isn't that huge here, especially international soccer.
Yeah.
Is that a problem to you?
I don't really...
I think it is.
it's definitely... the thing is, baseball, it's hard to pay attention for just the average person because it's so long.
Yeah.
Like, no one wants to sit there and watch all 162 games
The
every
regular
day.
season is very different from the playoffs.
Yeah, so, like, I get what they're saying. I definitely don't think Mike Trout isn't popular.
No,
Like,
he's
he's
not
definitely
not
popular.
popular, but like
It's just...
considering he's like the best player, like he's not even close to like Victor Oladipo.
Yeah.
And like Oladipo is like a top 20 like NBA player.
If
Like
you're
they just don't talk about him as much as I'd like to see. I
don't know. The NBA is just so advertised, and the NFL is so advertised. I don't think like they're up in their own tier of advertisement in the United States.
Bring up like sponsors and commercials. Like how often you see like a baseball player in a commercial?
Yeah, like.
But then like how often you see like a NFL or basketball
exactly
player in a
like
commercial? So.
for baseball commercials, it's basically just like solo commercials.
Yeah.
There's
It's not
nothing
like those huge
promoting, like,
Nike
this
stuff
huge-
that they're in.
It's just like solo commercials. Like I always see Harper Under Armour commercials.
or Gatorade or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So.
I don't know if they want to advertise more, they can. But baseball's revenue is never going to go down because they have
It's not going to go down, but
they have such a big cash flow because the season's so long.
I would like to see it go up though.
So yeah, same.
Want to do NFL or NBA?
We'll do NBA first. So this morning was
I woke up to
Well, we'll wait. Josh Hart won Summer League MVP.
Sure.
He
Lonzo won last year, so it's like
he got ejected in the championship.
Yeah.
And then who won?
You ever feel like there's like
who won last night?
Was it Pistons?
I don't know.
I think it was Pistons.
Yeah, sure.
You ever get the feeling where there's like fake like anger in like the NBA?
What do you mean?
This is random, but like you ever feel like players like pretend to get pissed and like get like text to like just to prove that they're like have like a different side to them?
I guess. I don't know.
Like I just feel like a lot of players do that to be like, oh, like he's not like as nice as we thought he was. Like he has like an edge to him type stuff. So I don't know.
Whatever. I thought it was cool. Josh Hart had a really good summer league.
Yeah, he averaged like 26, 6, and like whatever.
Yeah.
He's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think for how his role...
I still don't think he's gonna start, but I think he'll be like 7 or 8 in the lineup.
Yeah. In addition to the Lakers, LeBron met Luke Walton for the first time the other day.
It's a little late.
I think that's kind of weird because
shouldn't you meet like right away? Like,
yeah,
as you're signing with a team.
I think it's kind of weird because he like signed with the Lakers and he just met them.
That's a little strange.
But at the same time, I'm like, well, it's just clear that he wanted to go to the Lakers more than another team.
Yeah, like he didn't have to talk.
He knew he was going to the Lakers.
He talked to Magic and Rob.
Yeah, so like
he wanted to go there.
Yeah,
so
I didn't expect him to go anywhere else. So
Lonzo had surgery on his left knee. They said it was successful.
Good for
him.
him.
Back for the regular season. If anyone cares about that. Before we go to the big thing, Clint Capella, Marcus Smart, they both remain unsigned. The Celtics are getting closer to re-signing Marcus Smart.
Yeah, I saw that they had like a 4-year deal in place.
I'm not sure what their situation is with cap space, but I don't think he's going to be asking too much money because I think he wants to stay there. Carmelo is parting ways, as we said, I think last time, with the Thunder.
Mm-hmm.
The team that stood out the most is now the Houston Rockets to sign him.
Okay. Mm.
I mean, I think it's either they keep Capella or they sign Melo. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I think whoever they don't have out of those two is gonna go to the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Yeah, I mean, if Melo doesn't go to the Rockets because they decide to keep Capella, which I think would be the smarter move.
That would be.
I'd see Melo going to the Lakers, and then if they sign Melo over Capella, I see Capella
think Capella's going to the Lakers.
Going to the Lakers because he already talked to them.
Yeah, he has talked to them.
They had negotiations in place, so whatever. I mean, I think it would be stupid for them to take Melo over Capella just because of the impact Capella has. But
you never know.
Yeah, whatever.
So we're gonna get into blockbuster trade that just happened literally this morning, a couple hours ago.
You wanna say what the trade was?
Kawhi Leonard was traded to the Toronto Raptors. So Kawhi Leonard and Danny Green were traded to the Toronto Raptors for Jakob Poeltl, DeMar DeRozan, and a 2019 protected first-round pick, picks 1 through 20.
That's how you say that one guy's name?
Jakob Poeltl. No, yeah, it's spelled Poetl.
I thought it was Jacob.
It's Jakob Poeltl, like H, like hurdle,
right,
but it's a P.
Weird. That's weird.
I don't know where he's from. That's how you say it. That's how
so
announcers say it.
So let me get your... First off, Spurs, Kawhi's like, I don't want to play here. So they trade him somewhere else where he's not going to want to play just to get rid of the distraction and get something out of it. So it's not a bad move for the Spurs.
RC Buford, Pop, everyone in the sports organization, or the Spurs organization, I think they did a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I really think so.
What do you think of the trade?
The trade itself, I think Kawhi's better than DeRozan. That's just simple to me.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Kawhi going to the Raptors makes him the best player in the East.
Agreed. Yeah, if he's healthy, agreed.
Yeah, if he plays to the high caliber we've seen in the past.
I think he's a little bit above Giannis at this point. I still think he's like miles ahead of Joel Embiid, but that's that. I think Spurs won the trade. I mean, DeRozan's 28. The biggest thing I could say
DeRozan was pissed.
He was pissed, but I'm excited to see him play under a decent organization. Yeah. And great head coach.
Because he might just have all this potential we don't know about.
Yeah, I mean, DeRozan was told by his team, like players, not players, but like staff and like on the Raptors that he wasn't getting traded, like last week. Damn. And then he was just traded, and
that's cooked.
He like, if you saw his Instagram, he was like no loyalty, like they tell you one thing and like a second thing happens. So Kawhi has no desire to play in Toronto.
Yeah, he said it.
He doesn't. He literally said he doesn't want to play there.
Yeah, he said he said he might sit out the entire year.
If he does, it would probably go down as one of like the biggest like
mismanaged trades.
I don't know.
Yeah,
like what a waste of
lopsided.
Talent.
Yeah, like I don't know. The thing I got out of the trade was the Spurs made the right move. We
got the best trade I think we could have gotten in this situation.
They obviously were fielding offers, but nothing of that high caliber. Like it's not every day you're gonna get a top 15 player.
Yeah. For
another top 15 player. And I mean, in addition to that, you get a first round pick, which
relax.
Which won't necessarily be that high, but it will.
No, because the Raptors are going to be a pretty decent team.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, I don't know. Kawhi's being like I like Kawhi, but he's being a dick. He's just being a dick.
Put it simply, yeah.
Yeah, like I don't want to play for the Spurs.
It's shameful.
So they trade him, and then I mean, it was good for the Spurs because you get rid of the head case. And all the distractions he's been causing.
I mean, yeah, it's time, I guess, for the Spurs to,
will he
restart.
Lose money out of this?
He lost about $31 million, I think.
Already,
just by getting traded.
So, I mean, I know he's eligible for a Supermax.
His max would have been, I think, it would have been $225
He was eligible for the Supermax, and now he's just going to be eligible for a max, correct?
Yeah, so he has the opportunity. He's in Toronto for this year. Next year, he has a choice to either stay in Toronto or go elsewhere because he's an unrestricted free agent. He can go wherever he likes. The odds of him staying in Toronto, to me, are 0.
Yeah. There's just
but if he re-signed with them, he would make about, I think, it would be around 190.
Yeah.
But with the Spurs, if he stayed and signed a max deal, it would have been like $225.
Yeah.
So
There was just a report that the Lakers were no longer interested in Kawhi because they're confident they'll get him next summer. Which I believe. I think he wants to go to the Lakers. I don't think there's any other team in his mind.
Yeah.
The only thing I could possibly see is him and Kyrie teaming up or him and Butler teaming up.
In the East?
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't think he'll go anywhere else except the Lakers.
I think he's going to LA.
Which, I mean, whatever.
That would make them pretty incredible.
Yeah.
I think the Spurs wanted to trade. Danny Green has a 4-year, $40 million contract. So he makes $10 mil a year. I think he's on his 3rd or 4th year, though, of the contract. But, like, that was money that, like, as a Spurs fan, I just didn't want to have.
Yeah, and you got rid of it, and you got
rid of him. Jakob Poeltl's only making, he's still on his rookie contract. He's making, like, 2 to 4 mil.
Yeah.
Can't complain. Derozan's 3-year, $83 million, which isn't terrible because we still have him for 3 years now.
Yeah.
So and whatever. I'm not sure if the last year is like a player option or not.
Superstar to build around.
We might win like 48 games.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
Whatever.
50 might be a stretch. Just because, like, I mean, last year we won like 47, I think, and where were we? Like this, we were 7 seed.
Yeah.
And we lost 4-1 to the Warriors. But as a Spurs fan, I don't hate it. I like it.
Yeah, no, it was a good
If
trade.
he had to be traded, this is how I would want it to go down.
Yeah, so I mean, I wouldn't expect you to be like too upset about it.
Yeah.
So move to the NFL. So you said you have some small topics you want to talk about. So let's bring those up first.
You want to do Revis like third?
I want to do Revis last.
Last?
All due respect.
All right, let's do Brandon Cooks first. So Brandon Cooks, wide receiver for the Rams.
Was it 6 years? $88 million?
5-year, 81.
81.
That's what I got. Yeah, 5-year, $81 million with the Rams. Sure.
I mean, I don't know. I think he's a head scratcher. He hasn't played in the system yet, but at the same time, you got the superstar, locked the superstar up.
I think he's a little overrated.
I think he'll be a good fit.
He's a good wide receiver.
Yeah, because they have their short yardage guys and Kupp and Woods, and then you get that deep threat in Cooks.
Yeah.
So I don't hate it, but at the same time, I don't know.
I'm okay with it.
So
to be honest with you, the Cardinals GM Steve Keim was suspended for an extreme DUI.
Jeez.
Not too sure what the difference between extreme and normal DUI is, but he was suspended for 5 weeks and fined $200K. It's quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
But he probably makes that in like 5 weeks anyway. So, Le'Veon Bell still didn't sign a long-term contract with the Steelers.
That kind of pisses me off.
Low key, like he's being selfish, but like I also think he somewhat deserves to be paid as like a more of like an offensive threat than like a running back.
Yeah.
So it's like a mix of both for me.
But like as an offensive threat, he's getting $14 a year.
Yeah.
And how old is he? 27, 28?
I think he was like 26.
I don't know, but I mean 5 years, you'll be 31. He'll be close to retiring by then.
Yeah, I think it's his last year on the Steelers.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely, I don't know what he's going to do. I don't know if he'll sit out or anything.
He actually,
no, like sit out regular season.
I hope not.
Yeah,
as a fan of football. But he's skipping training camp, which I still don't agree with, but he's doing that. But he said he will report for week 1. He turned down the 5-year, $70 million contract, which would have made him the highest paid running back by at least $6 million above Devontae Freeman.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends if you think he should be paid as a running back or like a.
I don't know.
Player.
I mean, I think he should be paid as an elite player, but I don't think he should get paid over like $15 million. If that makes sense.
Yeah, he would be making, like, well, if it was, he's guaranteed 14.5 this year, mil, which would be 4-year, like 54.5. So whatever, that's like 13, like 0.7 something.
Yeah.
So he would want. So I guess he wants a little bit more.
Yeah.
If it was like 5-year, like $80 million, maybe that would make the difference.
But
I'm not sure.
I don't know. He's being selfish. There's nothing really to say. He's gonna leave the Steelers. He's gonna go to the Jets.
Some team's gonna give him.
The Jets have the cap. You're gonna need a running back. They're gonna cut Crowell. They're gonna free up cap, and then they're just gonna give him a massive contract.
Sure, if it works, it works.
All right, so
I thought he wanted to win, but
last thing about the NFL, Darrelle Revis announced he's retiring today.
Yeah, kind of sad.
Great cornerback.
He'll be a
Played
Hall
for
of
the
Famer.
Jets, Patriots, Bucks, the Jets again.
Name a team he was on it.
Yeah, so
you want a 7-time Pro Bowler.
yeah, I mean, I think he'll go to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he's eligible in 2023.
So yeah, I mean, good for him. And then it's basically all I have.
Wow, a little short epi today.
Yeah, there's nothing really to talk about. It was just NBA's going through the dries.
This
so,
morning,
yeah.
Kawhi was trading. I'm like, we have to do this.
Yeah, so the MLB is just gonna go back to regular season. The deadline's gonna heat up. We'll have more news about that.
Yeah, like 2 weeks to the deadline.
And then one last thing I want to talk about: Blockbuster did not buy Netflix for $50 million a while back. Huge regret.
One of the worst decisions of all time, hands down.
Yeah, you get to
look what
you
Netflix
would have been
is now.
had Blockbuster and Netflix. Maybe Blockbuster's still in business, but whatever.
How much is Netflix worth now?
Over $1 billion, I'd have to say, right?
I'm gonna say something might be a little I don't know. Black Panther to me was pretty overrated.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I thought it was a good movie. I don't hate your opinion.
I mean, I think it was alright.
Yeah, I mean, it was good.
It's I would not sit down and watch it again though.
I mean, I would, but I don't know.
To me, it was too long, a little stretched out, and I just did not think it was that good of a movie.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I thought it was a pretty good movie, but whatever. I mean, whatever. But that's our show.
Yeah.
So.
You want to do the questions? Because we don't get any questions.
So just if you listen, send us a question, asking us to talk about something, and we'll talk about it. We want some topics to talk about, so just please do that.
Ask us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Comment, I guess, below.
Yeah. All right. That's it.
Instagram, Twitter,
YouTube.
YouTube. That's about all our platforms.
All right.
Awesome.
See you.
See you.